Hello. I decided that I will do a playthrough of original Doom, or at least Ultimate Doom. Um, just going through on Ultraviolence and doing a quick playthrough of it. Just doing this on DSDA is my source port of choice, although most people probably play on the Bethesda, whatever source port that one's called. It's like Rum and Raisins or something. And the other popular one is UZ Doom and GZ Doom. I'll be trying to get as many of the secrets as I can remember, because I have played through this a lot of times, but there's a lot of stuff to remember. We're not off to a great start here, but that's okay. We just got the blue armor, so means we're fine. I want to do more like, custom campaigns, Doom WODs, or community-made, player-made, whatever. But I decided to start with this first, because, I mean, it made more sense to kind of get this out of the way. I think I'll skip Doom 2, because it's not exactly my favorite campaign to play through. It is good, but it's kind of just long, and there's some parts that I don't really enjoy doing, but otherwise it's not bad. But I am more excited to play custom content, so I like to play a lot of older WODs. So I'll probably do those first, and then occasionally do a more modern one. I like to play more traditional styled maps over like those so-called slaughter maps that people seem to enjoy nowadays. Not that there's anything wrong with those, it's just I don't really find them super exciting to watch. And they're also just a lot of trial and error. Kind of crazy that, well, to me, that they put a Megasphere and then a health bonus right next to each other, because obviously they don't stack. If you're at 100% health, you get the Megasphere, and then you get the health bonus, or vice versa. They kind of overwrite each other. But in hindsight, I guess it kind of makes sense, because there was a point in the game's lifespan, I think it was a version that wasn't commercially available, so it was like a very, very early version before 1.1, where your health could actually stack above 200%, but I don't know if that was like intentional or if they just didn't code the limit yet. intentional and then changed later, because of course a lot of things get changed in development. There's a backpack. And I'm not really like a speedrunner or anything, so I'm not going through these levels super fast. Might also make a mistake here and there and have to die. Yeah, this one is a hard one to get that secret there, because kind of something about nested secrets. Here we got the chainsaw. It's kind of weird. They give you the chainsaw, but I don't really find it super useful in episode 1. But it's nice in like episode 2 and 3 occasionally. Let's see. I didn't get everything down there. Yeah. I'll try and go for like 100% kills for most things. How's that? No, we're still missing. I think we got all the kills, but I just didn't go through this corridor. Oh well. Wrong way. I go down here. Oh. That one doesn't count. Even though it's, kinda a little bit out of the way. This one does. It's a nice secret to get the jump on the enemies in here. Although it's hard to see. And that's everything. Except for one enemy, which... I mean, I'm not gonna go and hunt down an enemy if I missed it. Wait. Oh, he's right here. Okay. Nice. Okay, Toxin Refinery. This level is probably the hardest level, I think, on Nightmare. Or whatever. So, yeah, the issue with this level on the hardest difficulty is there's a lot of hit scanners, and while that normally wouldn't be an issue, in this like big open room they can just ping you from all the way over there, and then of course they're always respawning, so you have to deal with that. You open up this door and you have a bunch of hit scanners here, you got people coming at you from here, and like I dispatched them easy, but they're gonna come back. Or they would come back on respawning monsters, so that's kind of the issue, right? And then on fast monsters, remember fast monsters, which also is a part of difficulty number 4, is that they hit you, or they turn aggressive like instantly the moment they see you, and they're very fast and aggressive. snuck up on me. And of course, this level has more than one exit. So we'll be going towards that. Interesting thing about this particular room is that in some of the console versions, there's no pit down here. Of course, this pit you're supposed to fall down and then hit that switch and this platform will rise up. And I think it's like bugged in a version? No. I think it's like you press that switch and as it's rising up you can save the game and load it. I don't think this works on Source ports, but in like the original you could, and then that would kind of just break the game a little bit. Which, I mean, saving and loading the game in weird spots just does that anyway. Oh, and something interesting about this room. So, on easier difficulties, more objects are placed and some objects are removed. That's like that with every difficulty. But in the easier difficulties, when you hit this key, there's actually lights placed around the room so you can see. But in the harder difficulties, you're basically blinded. So that's an interesting change, I suppose. I mean, it makes sense. Okay, now for this corridor, which this corridor is a bit of a secret holder. Nice and easy. Which we're encountering specters now. Yeah, there we go, yellow key. Okay, so the way that this room works is that when you come in through here, that platform there will be lowered. It's like all the way over here, and it's lowered. And this door opens. And that is where you get the supercharge, or soul sphere, if you wish. And then that gets the secret trigger. Here's the second one. That one only lowers down when you exit the first one. So you go down one, you get the stuff, and then you go to the other. And this gives you the rocket launcher very early. You'll be needing it for the secret level. You can go in here, and there's a backpack and a switch. But then there's this oddly textured wall, which is another secret. This secret is nice because it spits you back out over here. This is where we had the switch that would open up something. So that's a lot of secrets that we just went through. And after we did that, that opens up here, where we can go and leave. But we're not going to do that yet, obviously. We have more things to do. Just get all those guys out of the way. And there's a lot more. This is what I meant by, more of what I meant by this level having a lot of hit scanners, which hit scanners are the ones that can instantly shoot you. Obviously, it's like the way they work is that they shoot and it scans if you're in line or not, and then if you are, then it's a hit, and if you're not, then it's not. And that happens instantly, as opposed to projectile, like the rocket launcher, or when the imps shoot a fireball at me. That is not hit scan. Okay, so yes, there is a secret here. I don't remember what the exact trigger is, but we did find it, and then this is where you bring the yellow key. And you have a bunch of free stuff out here. All sorts of stuff. This is actually one of the times where the blur sphere is not bad. Blur sphere, invisibility, whatever you want to call it. So it doesn't really make you invisible, it just makes you hard to see, just like how people have trouble hitting specters the first few times that they play. So that should be it. Now all we have is the exit. Second exit, of course. So what it does is it makes it so that your enemies have trouble aiming at you. That makes it so the hit scanners will like shoot off in different directions. Sometimes they can still hit you, sometimes they'll just miss aim and then hit like one of their friends instead. Very useful for that. For projectile enemies, it does the same thing, only because it's a projectile, it's still being shot at you, and if you're used to dodging, you could just dodge in the direction that was veering off to. Then once you correct yourself to like not dodge, because you're expecting it to happen, and the next time they shoot at you, it's gonna be heading straight towards you. It's gonna be an accurate shot, so yeah. In that case, it's kind of frustrating to use the blur sphere in front of projectile enemies. But if they're far away enough, it doesn't really matter. It actually kind of helps, because when they do kind of like aim away from you or misfire, you'll be so far away that you're not even going to be able to miss-dodge it or whatever. Anyway, on to the secret level, which is military base. It's probably one of the better songs in Doom, I think. Anyway, we have this like imp pit, which is pretty cool. I like to take the rocket launcher and shoot them all in there. If you don't, though, you can just run around it and the hit scanners will... the shotgunners will kind of like... just hit them and make them aggressive. Because, of course, infighting is a big thing in this game. When enemies hit each other, well, when different enemies hit each other, they cause each other to get mad, and will start attacking each other instead. With hit scanners, so the army dudes, it doesn't matter that they're the same. Like two shotgun dudes will just get mad at each other. But if it's something like these imps here, and they hit each other, they won't get mad. They don't even take damage. So yeah, in here, it's probably better to just switch to the chainsaw. Oops. Whoa. chainsaw isn't exactly optimal to use. Here's some infighting. So the imp accidentally hit that demon there, and that caused him to get mad and maul him. Get the yellow key? Alright. Let's see. Go down this one. Get the armor. Should be elevator, not here. It's here. This is a secret. Get a bunch of armor. Chain gun if you don't have it. Of course, it's always dangerous to take elevators because there's an enemy on the other side. He'll attack you as you're getting in view. Yeah, so let's pick up the armor. With the green and the blue armor, so not only do they have different numbers, green obviously gives me 100 and blue gives me 200, and the green cannot go past 100 without armor bonuses, so you have to... You only pick up the green when you're under 100, and it only fills up to 100. The blue goes up to 200. That's not all the blue armor does. So armor reduces the amount of damage taken. However, the blue armor lowers that by even more. And it's not changed when you pick up armor bonuses. So you get the blue armor, you take some damage, and your armor percent goes down. Which the percent is not tied to the reduction at all. Percent is just how much armor you have left. But you're wearing the blue armor, you take less damage than if you had picked up the green armor. You take some damage and it goes down from 200%. If you pick up armor bonuses, it'll actually it'll refill and be fine, but let's say you take I'm being a little bit distracted here. You take damage and then you go down below 100 and then you pick up green armor. The green armor overwrites a protection from the blue armor. So now you no longer have that, it's this way. I don't know why I'm fumbling with this level so much. Basically, don't pick up the green armor until, like, you really, really need it. You want to be super optimal about it. Now, the chainsaw here, the reason why I don't usually use it much, but I'm using it against these pinky demons, is because the chainsaw kinda sucks. It is somewhat useful, but the whole point of it is that it hits it hits pretty quick. And it's also free to use. There's no gasoline or anything in this. So when you strike a monster, there's a chance that you inflict... It, like, flinches, you know, because that's realistic, of course. You flinch when you get hurt. Ouch. Took a lot of damage. Here's the exit. You can't just jump over. So the chainsaw is making the Pinky Demons flinch before they have a chance to even hit you. And of course, Pinky Demons have that like wind up where they're open their jaws and then they have to bite you. So that works perfectly against them. And there's all the pillars. Totally not essential to do that, but it is nice. I should pick up health before I even attempt going down there. There's health in here. So this part is a little annoying. Might even take the chain gun. You have to basically do this without a rad suit. Yeah, as you can see, he can't even hit me back. That's everything for this level. It doesn't work on every enemy, because every enemy has their own kind of pain chance, their chance of like flinching as you hit them. Enemies like the Baron of Hell, which we'll see at the end, have a really lowish pain chance, so it's really not a good idea to go up and chainsaw them, but things like the Pinky Demons and Cacodemons are perfectly fine to chainsaw, unless you're playing with fast monsters. We're not. In which case, I don't like using a chainsaw with fast monsters, because yeah, it's a lot more riskier. Plus you have to stand in place to use the chainsaw, well, kind of. You have to stand in place so you can actually hit the monster. And that's not exactly ideal. However, in this level, I think, there is a power-up that is much better than the chainsaw, although it's temporary. Okay. So, yeah, we see this canal of slime, toxic waste, whatever it is, and we can go back up this way for no benefit. There's no reason to do that. Or we can go this way, which is what we actually want to do. Now, this room, which is a secret, of course, to get in, has this and this platform. This is a pain. This only goes up once to get to that soul sphere, so you have to like hit it and then rush over to this. And then it's a secret to get up here. So this is actually a missable secret. It's like one of the few. If I go down here, I can't hit that, and I can't hit this switch. So yeah, literally you will never come back down. My only other option is to go over here, and of course I'm taking damage to show this off, but yeah. But I already got the secret, so it's fine. Okay. So yeah, in this room, it's interesting, when these doors close, you don't like activate them, you have to step in the light. Okay. The rest of the level is pretty straightforward. Yeah, we already got all the secrets. This level is very, very straightforward. It's probably one of the best levels, although it has kind of a flaw. I mean, whether you see it as one or not. And also, of course, that secret being a one-time secret is also a flaw. Yeah, it's another thing with the chainsaw, is it doesn't, you kind of like bounce, because when you move, you can like, you're a little bit floaty when you move. Sometimes you don't get close enough with the chainsaw to actually do damage, and then you start to get hit. This isn't an issue with GZ Doom or UZ Doom or whatever, that particular source port, because you the chainsaw kind of like pushes you into the enemy, and it's like super easy. Forgot to grab these first, then I can go here. So for this guy, and these corridors are like kind of dangerous because of the toxic waste barrels placed around. You don't want to end up don't want an imp to accidentally shoot them. It's actually a good thing that they didn't place... I am screwing this up a lot. It's a good thing that they didn't place shotgunners, because shotgunners really would trigger those and accidentally kill you. Well, intentionally kill you. Anyway, so yeah, this is what we need to complete the level. We hit the switch, and then we can go in, and then this will be the exit. However, if we look at the map here, you'll see this like little window thing here, and you can either jump through, but it's really easy to get over to here. It's also easy to get the yellow key. You can get the yellow key and not even go in to get the blue key. And of course you only need the yellow key to beat the level. I really like the last couple enemies here. Or there's more somewhere, but whatever. So, yeah, this particular room, it's really easy, you just go in through here. But this particular room has kind of a unofficial secret or flaw, I guess you could say. And that's this ledge here. So if we want to get over there, what we can do is we can run, strafe run. And I'm really bad at this, but bear with me, because it's not that hard. There. Strafe run over to here, and then we can go over here. And then, of course, we're at the yellow key door. We didn't need the blue key to go all the way through this little maze. We have to go here and hit this switch to leave anyway, so that's a really quick skip. Even if you had the blue key, it just skips that maze entirely. There we go. Not all kills. That's our first one that we missed some, but we got all the secrets. Okay, Phobos Lab. This one is... this level's okay. Lots of toxic barrels placed around everywhere. There's a few more enemies out there. Also use the chain gun. Chain gun is really good for getting rid of low tier enemies. Okay, so our first secret is right here. I'm gonna open that up. Get our free stuff. here's our second secret. Well, I'll activate the bridge first, then I'll mention it. I think it was ping from behind, so not worried about that. You gotta go out here first and raise up the bridge, and then you can go. So it's just by stepping out there. That kind of gives you a window to shoot out from. Anyway, our next secret is just out here. So, if you step here, you might think there's no way back up and all you can do is die. But actually, this opens up here and there's a blue armor waiting for you and some health to make up for all the damage that you took. So that's really, really useful. Okay, got them out of the way. We have the yellow key, so we can go over here. This particular section I always find a little bit dangerous. I like to trigger a couple of these barrels early because I think there's just too many. And that's because these walls open up here and it's really easy to get surrounded. Of course, if you get a little bit lucky, the enemies will start infighting. And if you picked up that blue armor from earlier, you should be absolutely fine. As long as you're not walking up to a imp and letting him scratch you a bunch. Anyway, so since we're here, this lowers down. This is not a secret, but it is interesting. You see that that one lowers down. We'll get to that soon, but first, they give you a rad suit, and then a chainsaw, and a mega suit, or a soul sphere. And yes, you have to step out and then back in to trigger that secret. Not all the way out, but you have to at least step outside. Anyway, once we're here, these will raise up, and this is like kind of training to pick up, or to make jumps like that. Anyway, on to the next secret, which is here. This brings you into this room, which is the first time, or I guess the second time that you see like a summoning circle, or whatever you want to call it. You have this secret, which needs the blue key. If we go in here, it teleports us all the way out here, back to where we were gonna go anyway, right? Nice. It's a good idea to kind of learn the health of enemies as well. That's helps a lot with certain stuff. So with imps, it takes like 1 to 2 shotgun blasts. With the military guys, it takes just 1. And with Pinky Demons, it takes like 2 to 3, I think. I think maybe even 4 sometimes if you're really unlucky. Yeah, so like all the damage in Doom is varied a little bit. So there's like a high roll and a low roll and in between. And of course with things like the shotgun, you know, you could always just miss a pellet or 2. Anyway, we need this switch. I get the feeling we missed a secret, but I'm not sure. Anyway, this leads to the exit here. I'd never liked this particular room. This room was always like super flashy because of the lighting. It's even worse if I didn't have the smooth lighting turned on. For the specters, which are, you know, the invisible things, of course, they are completely identical to Pinky Demons. They're not like stronger or faster or anything like that. In the PlayStation version, there is a version of them that is, but they're not invisible like that. They kind of give off a glow. Anyway, so here's a secret, but it's not a real secret. It's kind of just like an interesting, oh, you can pass through here to get to over here. There, I think, is a secret here? Yes. So this would have made things a lot easier. The night vision goggles, which just removes all the shading, basically. And here's where that would have taken us, had we gone that way. Okay, so I said I thought I missed a secret, and I think it was like over here, right? Maybe. Yeah. Yep, okay. This is actually where they put the computer map, which is ironic because I already cleared everything out. And they have a switch that doesn't light up when you press it. So... yeah, okay. Now we can just leave. Wait. I'm getting lost because all this backtracking that I'm doing is making me confused. This way and then this way. Yeah, so we missed no enemies this time. Oh no, I should go top off on health first. I don't think there's any health in this room. It's fine. Yeah, so that was that level. Pretty easy. Aside from the U-shaped rooms. Both of them. Okay, central processing. This level I like in particular. This level's fun. Mostly because it's it starts out very big and open like this. You know, that's always good. Where am I getting shot at? Oh. Okay, so first things first is this little nook here. You can see some barrels and you can shoot in there and deal with the enemies in here. Otherwise, if you try and go in there, you're gonna be stuck in a room of explosive barrels and enemies. That's not good, so best to take care of them first. Okay, this room is, of course, more than what it seems, because there's a red key just sitting out in the open. And if you're paying attention to the secret level that we did, when I went to go pick up the red key, it turned into an ambush. Much like this one. And of course, you can't even flee. There's a wall that stops you. And that's on a timer, thankfully, so... It does go back up like that. There's more enemies in here. And yeah, that's everything in here, other than some armor bonuses. Oh, yeah, I guess you can one-shot the imps. I don't remember if I said 2 to 3 or 1 to 2. You're gonna want to pick up that armor, but oh well. This room. We have the red key, so we don't actually need to go here yet. We can go over here. Now, the red key route, once you get it, is completely optional. You do not need to go in here, ever. You just do it for extra stuff, and because it's fun to explore. Or, wait, no, maybe you do need it. You need the blue key. Okay, yeah. You only need it for the blue key, but trust me, there's more to this area than just picking up that blue key. You go in here, pick up this blue key, you look around, and I mean there's obviously stuff down there, so first we get the rad suit over here, then we get some blue armor. But first, let's go in here and see a megasphere, or a soul sphere, or supercharge. I keep calling it megasphere, that's not a megasphere. Megaspheres are in Doom 2. And we have blur, and we have night vision goggles, even though we really do not need them. Now we can go in here. So with this blue key, that's very good. Next, we need the yellow key, though. We can do that through here. This is where you needed the blue key. There's nothing else you can do here without it. If you go to in there, you'll see this wall opens up. And, of course, these pinkies are stuck to each other, or stuck to the Spectre, I don't know which. You can go in here, don't pick up that rad suit just yet. You can open up behind, and then you see this is locked behind a blue key. That's kind of weird. There's the yellow key. So we're actually doing this in reverse. And I suppose if you had the night vision goggles and you were doing this fast enough, that would be useful here. But then that's where it all stops, because you can't do the rest. You come back and you see all these imps, and it's like, where did you guys come from? You didn't go through this door. So in here, this is just a mess of these cross-shaped rooms. There's that there, we'll get back to that, I think. Go through. I don't think there's a secret here. Oh no, there is. Okay, yeah. So those armor bonuses were in the shape of an arrow pointing you towards the map. Who shot me? Did you shoot me? Okay. You shot me too. There we go. Maybe that doesn't open up, and I just misremembered. Oh well. So... Oh no, it does. Okay, that's where that opens up to. And... So we didn't have to do that, we're just clearing it out just to do that. Now we want the rad suit. This part is completely optional though, this is actually just a secret. You navigate through this twisting canal all the way back up to here, where we have a big assortment of bonuses. We're in a big shotgunner jamboree over here. And an imp shooting at us through the window. And this supercharge over here. So yeah, there's like 2 supercharges in this level, which is a little bit excessive. So it's not exactly a long level by all means, but it's okay. So that would make the yellow key not needed, because we actually needed the yellow key to get in here without going through that outdoor area. We would need it to get through here. We could go through the side areas through there and lead you over here. And then next, we can actually deal with these guys from over here. Nice. We have a rad suit just so we can walk around and pick up all this extra ammo and I guess health if you really need it. Now if you remember that, like, the U-shaped room that I mentioned, that we did in the previous map, we're gonna see the successor to that real quick. At least I like to think of this as like the successor to it. So we go in here and there's a bunch of enemies that we have to deal with. A bunch of barrels placed around and an enemy over there. Well, why don't we go over here? Oh. It's an ambush. There we go. It's an ambush, and very dangerous one. And you can't even run out because the door's shut on you. I think they're under a timer or something, but anyway. When we press that switch, more enemies. That's why I didn't press that switch immediately, because it's a big pack of specters that come out. Even I'm having difficulty dealing with them. Even though I'm should be fine. Anyway, open up the door, and there's another one, but he's stuck. He will still chomp at you, but basically when he's placed, they did a mistake and placed him partially into the wall, so he can't ever, you know, run at you and chase you. Just one of the quirks of this game. Okay, the second to last level of episode 1. Computer Station. One of my least favorites. I also think this one in particular is kind of difficult. At first you start with a big wave of enemies coming at you, unless if you choose to run. But if you have all your stuff from the previous levels, then it's not too bad. You can go around and look around at random stuff if you want, but what we're really here to do is to go this way. We're greeted with a big open courtyard full of shotgunners. Enemies near like windows like this like to walk up to the window if you're near it, so it's kind of hard to get rid of all of them. I just take what I can get and then come back later, or just go outside. Ouch. Anyway, this is where the yellow key is, inside this literal computer room. That lets us go to the second portion of the map. This portion's a little bit weird. There's like an elevator here. You can take it, and you're surrounded by enemies here. It's weird because you can like see down where your feet are, and I think sometimes you can even get hit if you didn't like clear this area out of like the rifle guys and stuff. Yeah, here we can see outside again. Oops. I did the weird wall bounce thing. It's kind of hard to show off the wall bounce quirk, but it's something to do with, I think, auto run. We have auto run off. It just doesn't happen, but with auto run on it does. Use a shotgun for that, or the rocket launcher. We'll be going up there really soon. Just want to go and that needs the right key. We'll be going there like right now. Just have to deal with this big horde of enemies. This has 150 enemies, by the way. Very big amount for this point. Although they're mostly just placed in groups, so it's not actually that bad. I'll do the regular parts of this first. So we can go here. You have this nice little balcony thing to look out at nothing. Go here. There's free armor for you if you really need it. A nice viewing room. You can take some shots at the imps there. Probably should clear them out. Where are these guys? There's the red key. And when we pick up the red key, a number of things happen. A bunch of closets open up, like this. But even more will open up when we pick up that other key, the blue one. So that's what we're really going to be focusing on. Yeah, so this was just, this was it. That's all that this room is. I think. There's no secret? I don't think there's a secret there. As you can see, yeah, like, where did all these guys come from? Anyway, so this little elevator thing here, this is where you're supposed to jump off. And you have this platform here to kind of catch you. Go in here, get a backpack, and trigger it again. This time we take this path. It's a nice rad suit along the way. I missed the map, I'll get that next. With our rad suit we can go around and explore here, find this blue armor, which is why I didn't pick up the green one, because I didn't need it. You have this exit here, and you have this switch which leads up here, which is also a secret. Yeah, so I should go and trigger that again. It's this way. Lets me pick up the map. This is not even a secret, it's just an item. But it does... is something that we need to get. Because now we can see everywhere. Is that how this opens up? It's like, do that first? Yeah. Okay, and that gets you the chainsaw. Which, doesn't go up our item count, or anything, it's not even a secret. Anyway. With the map, it makes things really easy. You can see this, wall here, but it doesn't open when we press against it, because when we go here, you heard something open. There's a bunch of guys running around now. And this is now open. go in here. Now we can finally go outside. Lets us get some early shots in at these guys. We have the row of baddies over here. Forgot where we entered in. I think here? Yeah, okay. With the blue key, we can go up here. Was that the last guy? Yes, it was. So we have all secrets, all kills already. Just a bunch of armor pieces. Whatever items left. Stuff like this health bonus. People usually don't care that much about like item count, because a lot of items are just placed in weird places or out of the way spots. Stuff like that map is a good placement though, but others are kind of just there. Anyway, that's this map, 100%. Now onto Phobos Anomaly. Anomaly? I guess it is Anomaly. This map is very cool. It is a bunch of narrative storytelling. So yeah, first you have this fun room with the pinkies and you can shoot them. Go up here. This is a one-time switch, I think. Once you go up there and go in here, if you get back down, there's no way to trigger it back, so grab that map. You go here, you have this greenish wall that stands out. Grab that. Oh yeah, here's something cool. So when an enemy is like stuck under a door, when you kill them, the door literally just crushes them. And then here's a couple rooms full of ammo if you need it, and an armor. That secret with the side door is the only door that we need. Also, because we got the map, we can show off the cool design of this map, how it's like a big star. Trigger this. Nice elevator. Where is it taking us? And we see a brand new enemy we haven't seen before. Let's run around and panic. Go here. And yeah. So, even though those barrels look kind of dangerous to stand there and shoot, it's actually perfectly fine as long as you're hugging the wall. And it kind of like causes a explosion that shoots out some of those barrels. I always found that interesting to do. Anyway, these guys, they're exactly like the imps, right? They're basically just imps. So they'll walk around and shoot at you. Just like that. They're very bulky though. Okay, once you kill them, that actually triggers something, so that the walls come down and reveal the outside. Also, if you go in here, you open this, that opens up a switch to lower that platform down. this one doesn't have anything. In the PlayStation version, there's like another secret or something. Maybe it's not like a secret, but something like that. Anyway, yeah, that's just so you can backtrack if you go and hit that. I don't think it was there in older versions, so it was like added in Ultimate Doom or something. A few things were. Anyway, yeah, seeing this big outdoor area like this is really cool. At least it was back then. You can see the skybox and everything a lot more clear. Then you have this scene where you hit this switch and see a slowly rising up staircase. Then a menacing skull panel. And you're in a room full of enemies. Which makes it pretty difficult to get 100% kills on that map because of that, but you don't die, even though it seems like you're going to. Then you have the end text. Kind of their stand-in for a cutscene. Yeah, so, back when this game came out, Episode 1 was kind of like the demo, so all 9 of those levels you could get for free. Then Episodes 2 and 3, and then 4 eventually, all came in in the full purchase release. So, that is the beginning of Doom 1. And of course, after every episode you lose all your stuff, so you have to start all over again. But we did Episode 1. Now on to Episode 2. We went through the moon base. And now we're going through another moon base, but it's not where in space. It's teleport into hell or something. So we'll do this on UV again. And you turn around and you can see the sky's red. There's mountains. Sorry, I haven't been drinking my coffee. I'm too busy playing and shooting. So, with Episode 1, there was a few things that were missing. The big thing is, where were the cacodemons? The guy that's on the box, the big red thing? Well, not in Episode 1. Where's the energy weapons? Not in Episode 1. And of course another enemy is also not in Episode 1, but we'll see it soon enough. In Episode 2, you get everything thrown at you. So yeah, you have to start with the pistol again, which, as you can see, pistol's not exactly great at shooting down enemies. You really want that shotgun whenever you can get it. looks like that. You have the green armor here, which is pretty good. Hit this switch, and yeah, you can hear something over there. That's one thing that I don't understand, people who play through Doom and they get confused. When they hit a switch, it's like, what does that do? Well, when you hit this switch, you could hear something over there. Real quick, we'll hit this side, which opens this and gives us some secrets. But, okay, so we heard something over there. We go and look, and there's nothing. Go over here. Past this, upside down crucifix, or a cross. It's not exactly a crucifix. And I died immediately. Well, I'm not gonna outro that, but that was my fault for just running into a corner. It is episode, or the first level of episode 2 though, so I don't really care that much. I don't think I have an autosave turned on. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even have an autosave, so if I do die, then that's it. I think the newer versions have an autosave by default or something, so you can mitigate having to deal with that. Anyway, it's not like we lost that much progress. Go back through here. This time be more prepared. Yeah, because I can always just go back out. So they give us this new gun and show us a new enemy at the same time in a very dangerous section. But it is totally okay. I usually don't rush for the plasma gun or plasma rifle, but I think that is the play for that particular room. Just stop walking back into teleporters. Yeah, you have these guys running around up here. You can see them, you can snipe them. There we go. Then we have this. So we hit this one. That opens this up. That is a one-time secret, by the way. Once this closes, there's no way to activate that unless if you're already in here. So keep that in mind. So we'll step out here, and we'll fall back down. And you can see the button's already pressed, and we can't press it again. So that's what I meant. We have the key, the red key that we had earlier. Completely optional to get this red key. And this doesn't really do much for us. It does give us a blue armor, I guess that's really good. But it's not like we need this map. That's all the secrets. Yeah. The first level of episode 2 really is just that short. And, that makes sense. You wouldn't want to open up on a long level. That doesn't seem very, good. this switch. So let's go over here and hit this switch. Oh, there's a teleporter. Oh no, we're stuck. Oh, no we're not. We're ambushed. And an extra ambush just in case. And that's that. Probably the easiest to 100%, even though I died the first time. Okay, this level. So, this one is also kind of easy. There's the Berserk. Okay, I guess there is no Berserk in episode 1. I think there is in the PlayStation version, but... I mean, we're not playing the PlayStation version, even though that version's kinda neat. I don't have any shotgun ammo, and that's gonna be a problem. Should be some shells somewhere. I always liked when they put, like, dead bodies here to kind of tell something. Like, you have a dead guy and then 2, or I guess 3 imps. Well, you can tell who did it, right? There's some ammo. Not that I need this kind, but whatever. I'm gonna go pick up that Berserk pack. That's what these are. They are Berserk packs. They look like a med kit, but more ominous with the black. And what they do is they make you angry. So angry that you can punch things to death. It doesn't one-shot everything, but it does increase your punch damage a ton. Punching is still dangerous, so it's only really good on enemies like the Pinky Demons or the Imps. But I would not go up and punch a Cacodemon. Even Imps is like not really a good idea because, you know, they can always just fire at you. And then you can mistime your punch and miss it, and all sorts of bad stuff can happen. Oh, fun fact about this particular level with this, this like ledge used to be slightly different, although not on this side, it's on the other side. I think we can go see it? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this ledge I think used to be different, and there was like a platform so you could see or shoot or something. Or maybe it was this one. Might have been this one that was the one where they... Yeah, because I mean, there's a platform here. So I don't think this platform was always here. I think this was added in a newer version. Like Ultimate Doom or something. Maybe earlier than that, but not 1.1. 1.1 is, of course, the real release of Doom. And I'm almost off ammo again. Of course, I get way too into using the shotgun. It's as if I'm playing Quake or something. Which, speaking of Quake and Quake Shotgun, I don't really understand why people get upset over Quake's shotgun. Because the whole point of Quake's shotgun isn't like... Oh, it's just like Doom's shotgun. That's not what it was intended for. It was actually more intended to be kind of like a replacement for Doom's pistol. So the shotgun is supposed to be as strong as Doom's pistol, and Doom's pistol is kind of bad, so... Of course, Quake's shotgun is going to be bad for that reason. There's the super shotgun though, and that kind of makes up for it. You can think of the super shotgun as being Doom's regular shotgun, if Quake's regular shotgun was just the pistol. Okay, so this spot is different because there was a change here. I think there's like a button that you could press from up here, and that would open up this door here. And this door... So it's still a blue key. Okay, so this one was a blue key, and then there was a switch that you could press to open up that door. That's how you would open it instead of the blue key. But it was changed because you could press the switch from down here. Instead of just moving the switch, they just changed that door and removed it entirely. Anyway, we really need ammo. I don't want to use plasma bolts. I think there's some ammo in here. It's not there. How do I open that again? I don't think I shoot it. I think I open it from the other side. Okay, so, yep, go through here. If I remember right, this level was made by Sandy Peterson, one of the level designers, one of the main level designers. And I remember seeing some post where he's like, making fun of himself for using so many crates, saying it's like one of the laziest things you could do as a dev. But, I don't know, I think the crates are literally fine, because it is supposed to be like a shipping containment area. Yeah. Some sort of warehouse or something, right? And, I mean, it's just 2 sections of crates. Hit this switch, and then step over to raise up this staircase to this cross-shaped room. And so many different options on where we can go and what we can do now. I have Berserk. Why am I not punching pinkies? Like this. Or this. Here's the yellow key. This is kind of like a visual puzzle here, where you figure out, oh, the floor that raises up because of the ceiling, it tells you where to go. Then you have this weird, like, what even are these? Whatever, they have loot. That's good, right? And this one has a kind of not so hidden section. We can wait for it to go down. Get a bunch of health bonuses. And we're back out here. Now before I go out and finish level, we can go back into here, take the yellow key, and open this up. There we go. Another secret. I guess the secret is, did you remember that you had the yellow key? And we have a second one if we go over here. This also has a yellow key door. Now this one has missable stuff, but it's not that important. Maybe it's these crates that was added. That would make sense. It was like either the platform on that side was added or the crates on this side were added. I don't remember which. Oh no, the backpack that I wanted. It's okay though, because we go over here and there's these 3 switches. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to actually hit all 3 of them, and then you can go and explore. If you do them one at a time, you'll see why that's not a good idea. You also see a brand new enemy here. We'll see them later. And that's the Lost Soul. They weren't in episode 1, of course. All they do is kind of just fly at you and collide with you. Anyway, you go in here, secret, and the switches go back down. And each of these are a secret, of course, so you need to do all 3. And you go in here, how you get the switches to come back up? You don't. So yeah, make sure you go through and do it that way. So that's how you get all the secrets. Anyway, back out here. And up here. So let's see, we have this room here, which is kind of interesting. That floor will actually hurt you if you step on it and stand. It's kind of like it's electric. So that's kind of neat. A little bit of ammo too. And it leads to a backpack and an ambush. But then how do you get back? The door is shut. You go this way. One of these wall panels is not like the other. Of course. And yeah, you'll get used to, like, seeing stuff like that. Like, here's another one. So, that's kind of the neat thing with Doom's secrets. Like, if you ever see someone be like, I don't like Doom's secrets, they're weird and cryptic and you have to hug walls to find them all. Not really. I mean, there's a couple that are a little bit obtuse, but they're mostly just, you can infer where they are through hints and visual cues. And it's kind of like hard to describe or visualize, but like at some point you start to kind of figure out how the levels, how Doom levels do their secrets anyway. And then finding secrets becomes pretty easy until you get to maps where the designer really doesn't like you. And they'll do all sorts of weird stuff. I think this is the first instance of a crusher over here, so yes, lowering ceilings will crush you and destroy you if you stand under them, so at the time your run pretty well. Ouch. Okay, so in here we have a chainsaw, and when we grab it, it's supposed to light up the room, and then these doors are supposed to open. However, you can kind of, like, if you do it right, you can grab it and the doors don't open, but yeah. Not always the best idea to chainsaw those guys or punch them or anything, because they do kind of surprise you and nip at you if you're close enough. Remember, they charge really fast, so... Darn. I was kind of hoping that I could, like, body block him and have him be crushed. Okay, so this secret. This one's not exactly nice. You have to stand on this triangle, and then you can have this soul sphere. And it only triggers once. Oh. I didn't realize that only triggered once. Whoops. Anyway, at least we can come down here and get the red key. So yeah, that blue key only locks us from the red key. Let's see, I think there was health in here? Yeah. And there. And over here. And the red key is what we need to go in here and leave the level. So yeah, other than that one secret, we would have gotten all of them. That's fine, though. So now we're in E2M3. Now this level is kind of big. This level also kind of has a interesting thing about it. Yeah, see these cacodemons are kind of just chilling inside this room here, and I'm wasting my rockets by shooting at them, but that's fine. So that like weird enclosure is kind of interesting because it has that texture, and it kind of looks like a couple valves on a rusted wall, and this only shows up one time in this room, or one instance, and never again for the entire game. So yeah, in Legacy of Rust they use it, but otherwise, yeah, that's the only time that they ever use it. Into this weird room. I think that's like one of the first times that you see something really just strange. A secret here. And I think that you need that to get the blue armor, I'm not sure. And there's a second secret if you go through there. Shotgun. And then this side. There's this room that does nothing. It only just contains enemies and no extra stuff. with the Baron of Hell. As you can see, Barons of Hell are very bulky. Not a nice enemy to deal with, if you can help it. And yeah, this room has nothing. It's just a neat little room. There's a Pinky. He can't see us because, reasons. And we can find the blue key. And we see this little ledge. How do we get up there? Well, that's what this was for. Kind of forgot about this room. I don't think there's any secret there. I remember the secrets in this episode a bit less, so you'll have to bear with me if I miss a few. Like, I didn't even remember that one in particular was a one-time only sort of deal. Okay, this secret is good, but I want these shells. Okay. So this secret is important. I don't remember how you triggered it. I think it's just a door? I guess it is just a door. We walk past it, it's this. So, in this version, you just get a backpack. In the PS1 version, I think they put the BFT there for whatever reason. Which is interesting. You get the BFT this early in Doom 1, but it was supposed to be earlier in the PS1 version, in the original, before they had to change a lot of stuff. The story with the PS1 port of Doom 1 and Doom 2 was when Williams was designing it, they were making a lot of changes to the levels to make it more different and interesting, and I think they were instructed pretty late into development to not do that, and to change it all back so it resembles more like the PC port or version. But that version of PS1 Doom is out there now, or at least work in progress of that version was discovered. So now that is playable. And there's a bunch of like interesting changes, like they completely carve out brand new hallways for secrets and stuff, and place weapons in certain areas. It's another flashing room, but this one's not too bad. Okay, so another one of these rooms, or this one, gives you an easy access to a rad suit. So you can explore a little bit more. Over to here. Get rid of him. There's our supercharge. Yeah, so Cacodemons are actually not that bad for Chainsaw. Can't really show it off because this guy's in the way. Yeah, as you can see, deals with him nicely. There's still a chance that he'll chomp at you, but that's kind of how it is. Anyway, so here's the exit, but we're not going to go through that exit. there's more to do. I think. Right? There's like, this is where the secret exit is? I don't think it is, actually. Thought it was. There's that door there. Okay, yeah. I had to think about it. So we're gonna backtrack over to here. So we have this entire section of the map that we did not go through, showing that all of this is completely optional. Big box of rockets. Berserk pack. I should probably explain the Berserk pack, because I forgot to do so. I mentioned the Berserk pack makes your punches stronger, but I didn't mention that the screen glow, where it glows red like this, is kind of just a visual thing and not at all related to how long the effect lasts. Which makes sense. I mean, it would be annoying to have your screen just glow red for the rest of the level, right? Wasn't there a secret? Oh, I thought there was, but there isn't. Is there actually just nothing here? Yeah, there isn't. Okay, there is no secret exit, but we did 100% the level, so there's that. Okay, this level. So this one has kind of an early hint. You can see these blinking lights are pointing towards a mossy section of wall. It's not a coincidence, it's a secret. And go over to here. All sorts of cool stuff happening. Snipe those guys all the way over there. There's a platform here that we can take for some optional stuff. I think there's a key that we need or something. No. Stand in this corner and these will lower these bars. I want to deal with the lost souls before I deal with the Cacodemon. Ouch. And there's your early map. So a good placement for the map, because it does show you all sorts of stuff. Although, maybe it's a little bit too early? I mean, I think the map is good when it's like midway in the level, right? Okay, so next secret, we actually have to travel around, and that will open up this area. And that unleashes a big amount of Pinkies and Spectres. So doing what I just did and backtracking over is a decent way to deal with them. And you have a bunch of health just to pick up. And a rad suit, so you can make your return trip. You can go over here. Get these guys early, since you don't really need this rad suit too much. And get the secret for the Berserk pack relatively early. Okay, we can go in here. See this shut, but you can open it again just by hitting it. You want to open doors like that. It doesn't matter if you like punch it or shoot it. Both count as a hit. So even though I used the chainsaw, I could have very well just shot it with a pistol or the shotgun or something. Go in here and you can't get back up. So if you step down here into this obvious trap here, you'll see a bunch of crushed bodies. It's better to go around. But if you really want to, you can make this go down. Now, fun quirk with this is, I thought you could shoot it. I guess you can't. Oh well. I thought you could shoot that to make it stop moving. Maybe that's like in the PlayStation version or something. Or it's a completely different door. Anyway, go through here. We'll take this upper path first. Nice. Look at how big his corpse is. Now it's crushed like nothing. Crazy. There's a blue key, and we could turn around now, but it's better to just keep going. More crushers. These ones obviously I'm not even gonna bother trying to stop because that would be dumb. You have this nice zigzag path. And get you a rad suit so you can leave. It's not really that important, but it's neat. It's also interesting wall texturing to have like the gargoyle face on the walls like that. Okay, so in here you have all sorts of stuff. First you have a bunch of imps. Imps and Cacodemon. Gets you a nice backpack. Head in here and you're confronted by another big bad and another crusher. Well, that guy was feeling a little dumb. Maybe we can get him in here. He is taking damage when he does that, so... just not a whole lot. There we go. Now he is crushed for good. Okay, so this ring-shaped room. There is a clip all the way over there. But don't go inside yet, go over here. So this is a neat path. Grab some ammo and then rush out because you don't want to get cornered, do you? Of course not. Because it's an ambush. Anyway, next, brave over the lava pit over here. There's some health if you need it. And you have this door. I like this door because it has like the pinkish red tints on the bottom as if it like crushed something. It's kind of brutal. You have here, you go in here. At first, like, I think the first time I ever went in here I was like, is this a trap? The ceiling's really low, and then I hear movement, and it's like, oh, I guess it is a crusher, but it's not. It just locks you out. And then go in here. And another one. And your only other option is to go all the way through here and out again. You can go through this one. This isn't very nice. There. And that's the secrets. Okay. So, normally we would just go, like, right in, right? Right through there. But actually, it doesn't sound too friendly. If we go here, there's, like, this weird crevice. Well, now we're stuck. Or are we? That teleports you over here. So now we're in the center of the ring. This is actually more preferable to be here. Than where we were. Because now we can deal with the enemies much easier and we don't have to scale this big staircase to get that key that we just picked up. Okay, so this room is kind of weird. Like, you have these side rooms, and this guy is just hanging out in here. I'd rather he wouldn't, though. Yeah, you go in here. And And that's how you open this. You don't ever need to go through there unless if you felt like you missed something and need to backtrack, so that's that. Anyway, we go through here. I think that's one of the last enemies that we need to deal with. It looks like there's nothing here, right? But actually, you need to go all the way over here. And if we had taken that teleporter there, it would have brought us back to the center ring, but we could save some time by just dashing over here. We go here. That opens up a quick path to the Soul Sphere. As for what did I miss? We have the map. And I always miss like one secret on this level, and I don't remember where it is. Might be... where would it be? It's a starter teleport. Sometimes the map that you get does not reveal all of the secrets in areas. It has, which is intentional. Is it there? It could be. Oh well, it's not such a big deal to miss one or two. Anyway, command center time. I do not have rocket ammo. I thought I did, but I used it on all those barons I had to deal with. Okay, I think I shot those guys enough. Going here. This is a secret, just because. Should be one here as well. Yep. Bunch of shotgun ammo, which helps. These two things on a backpack. You can either go down these halls, like that, or this one here. I don't think this is a door. Yeah, it's not a door. There's a door here though, right? I guess you trigger it from the other side. Or maybe you don't. I don't remember how you trigger that. They're right behind me. Okay, there they are. not really a safe spot to stand when shooting enemies, so you kind of always have to be on the move. And when you have these heads on a spike, or heads on spikes, it makes it a little bit tough to navigate. They will get in your way. Ouch. They clipped us. Wow. Cool. I don't think we're supposed to ever jump down there. I guess there is a teleport, so we do go down this one, right? Or an elevator. But that's not a secret, that's just something that you can do. Ooh. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. Is this one a secret? No. We'll go through the regular exit first. So I don't remember how out of the way the secret exit is. Because yes, I finally remembered, this is the secret exit. It was this big labyrinthian map that is big because it has to support 2 exits. Doesn't have a huge amount of enemies though. Let's start with here. So this has this cool circular staircase and a mist-textured wall. That wall is actually a door that leads to a rad suit. And a cell box, but we don't need that. Yeah, I think I want to save the rad suit for the secret or something. Whoa. Yeah, if you collect a bunch of pickups all at once, it kind of flashes you with a big yellow flash. So if you go down this way, there's like a poisonous corridor. If you go down this way, there isn't. Wait, maybe it isn't this one. Maybe it's... I thought it was. I always forget. Yeah, I guess episode 2 has like a really confusing, which one is the secret exit? Whoa, that could have been really bad. I mean, this is pretty bad, but at least we have this gun. Okay, I don't need that anymore. Yeah, that was pretty dangerous, right? So we have this blue armor and everything, though. It's kind of a scary room. And this would be the exit. So, it's not exactly out of the way. Okay. So this is what I saved the rad suit for. Of course. Oh! I think that's a secret too. Not that I'm like caring about the secrets for this particular map, but I thought this panel you could like open from this side only. Maybe it is the other side. Let me quickly look. Whoa! Oh, it's not even a pathway, it's just a little closet. So yeah, like, that's all the secrets on that side. This side has a lot more, for some reason. I didn't think it had that many, but whatever. Collect the cell pack and get out of here. Wait, I want to look over here. Okay. Yeah, I can show off. So that, like, super quick sprint that I did is a quirk with the Doom engine. It's carried over in source ports, of course. When you're leaning against a wall, hugging a wall a certain way, and going at an angle, you can, like, zip past. Like, here's normal, or kind of normal. And then here's doing it against a wall. Zips past very, very quickly. Okay, so how does this one work? So this is essential to do, I think. All these armor packs that we need to pick up. Ouch. You have that energy gun. But how do we get that? That brought us back. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about that energy gun. I would rather worry about this side. Actually, maybe going here is how you would get it. You would like go here and trigger something. It's like one of the very few switches that doesn't make sense because it's too far away. I think this door is useless, yeah. It's just a bunch of enemies. Get out of here. So, oh no, it's not useless. We do need that. Okay. Good thing I pressed that then. Or went in there. Oh, it's like, you go in here. And you go in here. And that hit a switch is like, what does that do? So yeah, I think that is how you get the energy gun, plasma gun. Not that we really need it, but yeah. Oh, fun fact about this mural right here, this like alien-looking face, presumably of an enemy that doesn't even exist in this game. It's in 2. If we stand in front of it, we take damage, because this mural is so evil that merely standing in front of it slowly kills you. So that's neat. That opens that, which goes here. We go and jump into the flames. Cause mayhem. But because we had the blur sphere, it actually was a lot easier to deal with. And yeah, it's a bunch of secrets. I think that's the last one, is to get that, plasma gun or something. But otherwise... Oh, no, that's it. Okay, yeah, we didn't even need the plasma gun. Good. So yeah, that was both the normal exit, which was the first one, and this one. Which brings us to Fortress of Mystery. This level sucks. I hate this level. Understandable, because it sucks. Not because it's hard. I mean, it does open up to a bunch of, God, it's so loud. It does open up to a bunch of Barons of Hell. But this bonus level sucks because you have to go through these to get the map, and then with the map you can see where the exit is. Otherwise, I don't think you have a proper way of knowing without just guessing. You'll see what I mean soon. Basically 2 rooms. The Baron room, and then this room. And your reward is some rockets, some health. I probably should have picked up the health first, my bad. And then over here. And, yeah, you would need to know, like, this is here. And then for the keys, to open these strange doors, you just pick them up in order. And that's it, that's the level. What a bonus level. I think I liked episode 1's bonus level a lot more. Okay, Fortress of the Damned. This level is kind of cool. I like this one. So this one starts out that U-shaped room, and you come out here. Free Berserk back. But what else has changed? Well, your floor is gone now, so that's great. You're supposed to go in here. Now you have this opened up. There's the blue key. However, it leads to an ambush. This leads to a chainsaw, but it's not a secret. It's just, well, you probably figured out the strange texture wall is, something hidden. Now, there's that dark corridor or room over there, but don't go in there just yet. You can go in here into this, like, strange office-like space. Of course, there's a big, bad cacodemon waiting for you. That's fine. There's, amplification visor. Everyone just calls it night vision goggles, but yeah, amplification visor makes this section a whole lot easier. This section is still not nice though. Like this section here has some mean stuff waiting for you. There's a second pair of goggles in this area too, in case yours runs out. I think they're in the next area, but we'll find them. Or maybe they're over here. Either way, we have this blue armor, which I am not gonna pick up right away. And yeah, if you heard that open up and enemies come out, it's not good. Out of the way, I need to get out of here before I'm attacked. Dealt with him. Dealt with him the least efficient way possible, right? Of course, you do have a Berserk, so it's like, it's not like it's impossible to deal with the pinkies. Thought it was over here. Ouch. Stop that. I'm trying to explore. There they are. Yeah, so this helps a lot. There's the red skull. Simply going near it is dangerous because now you've unleashed a bunch of guys in here. So that's no good, right? And if we keep running around in here, which is even more dangerous... Ouch. That's what I mean about that dodging thing with the blur sphere. That was so risky. I could have had that blow up in my face. Don't use rockets against lost souls. Yeah, they just put in a room full of lost souls to kind of mess with you. At least you would have the plasma gun, which I think is the intended idea, is that you get the plasma gun and you can shoot out all of them at once. Go get the mega armor, and we have the blue key, which is really nice. If we go back, I think this way... No. Not yet. If we go in this way... So, if you remember the, like, valve that I was going on about, that texture, or whatever, there's another texture that's only used once, and it's this, like, no human sign, or no people. It's kind of a danger sign. Hey! Okay, what are you people doing here? Waiting for me, I guess. So even though you're not supposed to be in here, let's go in here anyway. What could possibly be worth keeping me out? Well, okay, so this room gets me a lot. This particular room is dangerous. Let's switch to this gun. So... I won't show why immediately. I'll deal with these guys first. Or at least try to without dying. Okay. That ceiling comes down to crush you. And when you walk in and you trigger that ambush, you might want to stay there and be like, oh, I'm fine. You're not fine. You're gonna get crushed, so you gotta run in anyway. It's kind of a dangerous room. This one, probably not so much. It's got a health bonus outside of it, right? And it has that ominous yellow key, so maybe we shouldn't go in that one first. This one looks more friendly. It's just some lost souls. Coupled with armor and health. Yeah, much more manageable. That didn't get me anything, so I guess we have no choice but to go into the cursed room. That's why I want to go in this one. Is this one any better? Oh, that's not good. We need the yellow key for that. But hey, it's the exit, right? Right? Well, we'll see. Yeah, that's the 4th X-ray goggles they put on this level. Way past when we need it. We have the key, we have the blur sphere. Except now we're under attack by enemies. all of these look pretty normal except for that one. That's the way that we came. But anyway, we have the yellow key. We can go to the exit. Surely. Interesting exit room. Wait a minute. This isn't the exit at all. Ouch. It was all a trap? That's right. It's a fake exit. I think it's the only time they ever do this. Which I suppose is for the best. You don't want this to overstay its welcome, right? And people don't really like getting trapped like that, or falling for traps. I think they're fun, but... And hey, you can do it again if you want, kind of. Anyway, we have all 3 keys, which is what we needed. So we can head back. We didn't have to do that exit, but it was a secret, so... Or fake exit. Now we are stuck with a bunch of enemies running around here. Oh, I did not want to do that. Ouch. I mean, it only hurt our armor. Our health is fine-ish. How did you get all the way out here? You're like the last enemy. Okay, got rid of him. Yeah, because when you see this blue door, you're like, oh, this has to be the exit. It's literally an exit door. So, I mean, you would have to forget between there and seeing that fake exit. About that. Anyway, that's Halls of the Damned. 100%. Very easy, I think. Here's spawning vats. This level is notorious. It even starts you out with a bunch of enemies, so you can't even catch your breath here. I don't think I know all the secrets for this one. I think I forget, and it's either that or the next one. I know at this level is like really long? No, it's not long. Okay. What I was doing there with some of those pinkies is I was pushing myself up to it so that he would try to chomp and then take like a step back and then walk up again after he finished chomping and he missed. That's like a way to minimize how much distance he has to get to you. Or maximize the distance, not minimize it. And make it so it's tough for him to get over to you. Here's a new item that I don't think we could get before. It's invulnerability. It's nice green. It lasts for a little bit. it also completely inverts or it grayscales your screen, so that effect is kind of, not everyone likes it. I'll grab it, because it's not, like, in a good spot. It's really the only place that we can use this. It's just to clear out everything in here. Yeah, as you can see, that's why we don't chainsaw the Hell Barons, because they just sit there and hit us with the melee attack over and over. Oh, I did not even react to that. There's a big cell charge. I don't know if we... I guess there was one we could have gotten, but we didn't. That was all the way back in the level with the secret exit. Anyway, once you're done with that... Ouch! Can you stop dodging into bullets? I guess I'm tired. That explains why. That leads to the secret with the map. I kinda like that, like, it's like a maintenance shaft or something, full of computer parts. You go in here, and there's nothing to do in here, right? Yeah. Remember, yeah, there is a secret there. I don't remember how to trigger it, though. It's like one of those where I just do it sometimes and sometimes I forget. Yeah, I was about to say, there should be something to help me coming up. Because I kind of destroyed my armor when I rocketed myself earlier. There's nothing dangerous in here other than it's just dark. But you can see because you got the thing, right? You got the map. Oh, was that a rocket launcher? No, it's a plasma gun. Just as good. Just as effective. Here's the Infon Sphere. It's kind of interesting that they placed one here. I mean, they didn't need to. There's the exit. Here's a thing in here. Fun, interesting thing to note. This is where the secret exit would be in the PlayStation version, because I think there's 2 secret exits in episode 4? Or episode 2, I mean? And one of them would be in here. If I remember right. Or they might have just moved one to be in there. So that we need the red key for. We don't have the red key. Isn't this... No, I thought it was different depending if you entered it from the back or front. I guess not. Yeah, we'll come back to that once we have the red key, but not right now. Which we also need to go there with the red key. Speaking of, I forgot where to get the red key. I'm sure we're fine. Nice room. It has nothing in it. It is only just those things, huh? I think I was supposed to go through the blue door. Or wait. Yeah. I was supposed to go through the blue door before I even came here, but that's fine. And these are the spawning vats, I would assume. These, like, cylinder structures. As for what they spawn, probably imps or something, right? Or pinkies even. Probably the pinkies, because, like, you know, they're more animalistic. Okay, backpack. When you have a backpack already, which we have had for a long time, picking up an extra backpack just increases your ammo, not your ammo count. Oh, what? There's more? Yeah, of course. This is where we get the yellow key that I needed. And it goes straight here. That's really convenient. But I need the red key, so... There's no secret X or anything, so it's not like we're missing out on that mysterious red door in the room with all the blood in it. This room is really cool. I don't think it's... There's no enemies or anything in it. Unless they were in there and they just wandered out. There's the red key. So yeah, this level wasn't that bad at all. I mean, there's this too, which we already shot stuff in here. And yeah, that floor also, you take damage like it's electricity or something. here? Nope. Okay. Let's go back into here and trigger that thing. So that opened a switch. Where did that open? Well, you know, there was that thing at the beginning that we couldn't go into. And that is exactly what it is. Plus a energy cell, so that's nice. Very convenient. I don't know why I went this particular route, but sure. Oh, we missed a kill or two. That's fine. Here we go. So, already it's an ominous title, Tower of Babel. That's Tower of Writing, right? A very biblical name. Or, language? Whatever it was. We have a cool design here with the Baron of Hell chained up and rotting away. Probably punished for something by other demons. I mean, demons are supposed to, like, be cannibals. We're gonna run into a surprise here. This level has no secrets and only one monster. What could it be? We go over here. What is going on? The rocket launcher. I hear stomping and a big roar. Although, keep in mind this is Ultimate Doom. I think the monster kill count would have been different in... Or maybe it's a DSDA thing, but Lost Souls don't count for kill count. But I thought they did in Doom 1. Or if they did, it was like before an update. Yep, okay, that's the Soul Sphere one. Oh, he wandered in here. That's fine, he can stay in there. Yeah, that's our buddy. We kinda ruined it by not immediately finding him. Ouch, can you not do that? Okay. A bunch of rocket ammo. Where is he going? He is like going all over. I don't want to shoot him with rockets. But I might have to. I'm just gonna take this because safety. There he is. So that is the Cyber Demon, the thing that is very famous. He is stuck inside there and won't come out. Normally he's out roaming, but sometimes he just gets stuck inside one of these rooms. Hitting him with rockets isn't exactly the best idea because he does not take the explosion of a rocket. Ooh, I am playing this really poorly. Okay. The best way to deal with him is the plasma, if you have the plasma rifle. Because it causes him to flinch more often. Just like that. Otherwise he would use rockets. Rockets do a lot of damage to him, but not nearly as much as any other creature in the game. And, also, like, Yeah, he doesn't take the splash damage or whatever you... So... You can't, like, hit off the wall or off other enemies. You have to hit them dead on, and it's rockets, and you want to be peeking out of the wall because you don't want to get hit with rockets yourself, so... It's very dangerous to use rockets. I prefer the plasma. It's much better. Those rockets do a lot that he shoots at you. They can two-shot you if you don't have... Well, I think they two-shot you if you have blue armor and full health for 200%. I think they one-shot you if, like, it's anything else. Or can one-shot you. Obviously, there's a little bit of a high roll and a low roll there. Anyway, we took him out pretty easy, no issues. He's kind of the final boss of episode 2. We'll be seeing him again in episode 3 and 4, of course. If I even want to do episode 4. I'll play the outro. If you saw how that level ended after we killed him, it was kind of interesting, because, like, it lingers on the explosion, so you can actually see what you just killed. It's really neat. And also, it's, interesting because it's like a level trigger that ends the level when you kill the boss. Now, episode 3, we're gonna be literally in hell, not just in a space moon base as transported there, and we're gonna have to stick around there until we kill the master of the invasion. There's a neat picture of the end of episode 2, or the intro of episode 3. Which is a fun episode all around. I think episode 3 is very good. So until next time, I'm a bit too tired to finish 3 and 4, so otherwise I'd be playing pretty poorly. So yeah, until next time.